Alright, hey guys, welcome again. Hi. So, like, I wanted to talk to you guys today, about interacting with your students and how it is important for you to make your time a bit more enjoyable here in Japan, and also to make your lessons enjoyable, because what's the sense of teaching if you're not having fun, right? So, and the students learning, right, while having fun, which is one of my company's mantras, right? Or mantras, or whatever that word is. Yeah, but let's see. Now, first, a lot of well, when I first came to Japan, I didn't understand a lot of the culture. I was pretty much coming in blind. I didn't do any research at all. I just said, you know what, I would need to get into Japan, and I'm getting in, and I got in. And so I did very little research in terms of what to expect in terms of children, what they're like, and that sort of thing. My training prepared me not that much, I don't think so, because training was basically your training with your co-workers, so they are like the perfect students. When you actually get into the classroom, you're getting less than perfect students, and even if the students are good, there's sometimes when kids will be kids and they like to mess around and whatever. So you need to be able to understand certain things. What helps a lot is, although the companies don't recommend it and they say you don't require it, I highly recommend you start learning some Japanese before you come to Japan. I mean, it just makes sense. You know what I mean? Even learning some basic words and the bad words that are involved in the class, words that kids may use to bully or to insult, knowing those words and putting a stop to it, nipping it in the bud, is almost crucial to your existence as a teacher in the classroom. And so you can also lay your authority, establish yourself as a teacher, and then, foster a good relationship with your students. Now, a lot of things here in Japan are different from me as a Jamaican, you know what I mean? Some things them do, me nah go do, and I never grew up doing those things. And so you have to separate yourself, separate the emotional, separate the personal from a lot of the interactions you have with the students. What I mean by that is, don't allow what you grew up experiencing be like a guide to how you're going to deal with them, because this is a totally different environment, a totally different parenting style, which I'll talk about in the next video from what I've observed in the 2.5 years I've been here. But invariably, the children are different from the children growing up now are different from the children you grew up with. And especially with the language barrier, and even language barrier, it can be a bit tricky. And I'm not the perfect teacher, oh hell no, I am trash. But I know I try to make my lessons very fun and enjoyable, and I try to understand, I try to understand where the kids are coming from, because if you can kind of get into their minds, then you can know how they behave and then tailor your lessons a certain way. Now, this is not a point, I'm not speaking down to anybody, oh no, I'm just offering my experience and my advice on what worked for me. You guys can also share what works for you in the comments down below, right? So, paying attention to what the kids use in the class, like their pencil cases, their bags, the pencils, the type of merchandise. So if you notice a person has a yokai watch thing, ask them what yokai watch. Even watch a couple episodes to kind of foster conversation, and it kind of helps, because they say, oh, teacher is taking an interest in me, oh, little old Japanese me who can only say cool and not cool, but teacher wants to know about what I like to watch. Teacher cares about me, and therefore they might even pay attention more in your lessons. I'm gesticulating like this, and I'm in public, and then people are going to look at me even more weird because, anyway, never mind. Right? So paying attention to their interests is really good, is one of the good things that can help you with your student interaction. Also, listening to their stories, no matter how pointless it is, or even if you don't understand it. If they're even saying, hey, I went to the moon and I had a wonderful moon cake, and you know what, I brought back some for you, since here you are, and you don't understand it, you say, oh really? And facial expression is very important, like, oh, okay. You know, I mean, my first year here was really horrible. Well, first 6 months, because I didn't understand Jack Diddley squat. Me not understand nothing them I say. Me just go say, really? Ah, okay. You know, and the more you understand Japanese, and the more you're able to understand what your kids are saying, I think it's a blessing and a curse. Trust me. Because when you don't understand, you act oblivious to what they're saying, right? So if they say, hey, Uncle Sensei, what's up? And you're like, okay, good, what's up? And you start laughing. If you don't know what Uncle means, you're like, oh, they're calling me some nice cute name, but it isn't. They're calling you a shit teacher. They say shit sensei, doo-doo teacher, you know? So learning the bad words is really helpful. And it kind of makes you don't look like a fool. You know what I mean? Can you imagine? I never called my teacher shit. Even my foreign language teacher, but they were actually fluent in the language of the kids. That's kind of, right. That's one of the weird things here. My foreign language teachers in Jamaica were able to speak English fluently. So we couldn't get away with saying any sort of nonsense. Here, it's kind of different. Most teachers are not fluent in Japanese, so the kids get away with a lot. And even the teachers that work in the public schools, they have a Japanese teacher there. The kids get away with a lot because the Japanese teacher sometimes laughs with them. It's like, oh, yeah, you're so funny, that's so cute. Really? All right, so went over, what did we go over today so far? We went over the interaction, paying attention to students, listening to their stories. What else? I mean, being up to date with the trends and stuff that happens in your country, like in Japan. Like in Japan, they have comedians, right, and different gags. And so they had different fads when the kids come in and they're singing songs, and you don't know what the hell they're saying. They're singing like, for instance, when I came, it was Chotomate Oni-san, Rasungarai, and they could recite that gag for the whole class. And you're like, what? But when you watch it, oh, okay, you understand. And you start to do the dance with them, they're like, oh my god, yeah, he's really into this Japanese thing, yeah, go say it. You know, lessons were much improved thereon. Please be aware, teachers, no matter of the most dangerous weapon known to children in Japan. It's called a concho. Man, I'm telling you, I have been molested. I mean, it's basically when they put their hands together and form like a ninja star thing and go pow in your ass or in your junk in the front. And no matter how guarded I am, this happens to me at least twice a month in different classes. It stops at about the elementary school level. That's where it stops. Praise God for me. But then at junior high school level, these kids are doing it to themselves and doing it to each other. I'm like, what's fun in touching another man's balls or putting your hand up on another person's ass? Oh, anyways, I mean, that's their form of entertainment. Oh, it's kind of, and it's after the typhoon, guys, so it's kind of warm. I mean, if you have any other tips or any experiences with students that are unique to you, could leave it in the comments down below. And remember, I was not a trained teacher, right? I was a banker. So, I mean, these things is basically I'm learning these things on the fly. So yeah, that's pretty much it for student interaction. I guess also if they have siblings, you can interact with the siblings as well. You know, it's good customer service, good customer relations, that sort of thing. But primarily they want you to be very genki and happy and like, yeah, all right, yeah, happy-go-lucky. But please be genuine, you know. Praise your kids when they make efforts, you know, because a lot of them lack confidence, and confidence is really key to doing a lot of things. Encourage them to make mistakes because, you know, how else are you going to learn? You learn more from your mistakes than a correct answer, in my opinion. I don't know if that's something that's universally accepted, but yeah. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you want me to tackle any other topics dealing with teaching kids, especially in Eikaiwa, please leave it in the comments down below. Subscribe, share, like, tell a friend about the Jamaican teacher in Aichi prefecture where I do things. I want to hit 5,000 by the end of the year, guys. I'm at 2,600 subscribers. Let's go. Let's go. All right, so Peace.